Hey folks, I'm back. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings be upon you all. Welcome back to day 5 of my fasting progress. Yes, that's right. If I were to summarize and sum up my day using 2 words, the 2 words I would pick is forgiveness and mercy. These two, by adopting these 2 things into your character, can take you so far in your relationship. The quality of your relationship improves dramatically. Imagine this: someone's done you wrong and you've forgiven them. Someone's testing you and you're being tolerant and patient towards them. You're being kind towards them. You're being forgiving towards them. You're being merciful towards them, in terms of not lashing out at them, not reacting in a negative way and bringing out the worst in a situation where you can have that choice and turn things around. Imagine doing that in your relationship. Imagine being so tactful, being so mindful about doing these sort of things. How your relationship will improve dramatically. And I'm going to give you an example, something that happened to me today between me and my wife. What happened? It was a hot day, really hot day, and I have fasting breath because of the fact that I've had nothing to eat or drink, and my breath smells. Yes, that's right, people. It's not a nice thing to say and not a nice thing to air out in front of the camera with the viewers watching you and hearing you, but that's what happens when you have nothing to eat or drink for such a long time. Your breath starts to smell, and it's because of the fact of the fasting process and the cleansing process of the body, what it's going through. It's detoxing, so hence this is why it will smell like the way it smells. Anyway, I tried to be affectionate with my wife by kissing her and hugging her, and all of a sudden she put out her hand and said, "Whoa, Mabs, please, no, don't do that." And that offended me. I got quite hurt by that because I'm very affectionate in terms of the way I express myself and communicate with people. So that time she put out her hand and said, "No, Mabs, not yet, please. Not yet. I'm hot. I'm just feeling a bit agitated and aggravated because of the heat." It was really, really hot outside, and not only outside, it was hot inside the home. So she just wanted a bit of space to breathe, let her skin just air out, which is fine, which is understandable. But once I was going through that motion with emotion, I was really upset because of the fact that I felt rejected. I felt that I couldn't come close enough to my wife to give her some love, and all of a sudden I got rejected. How am I meant to take things? Now, I went away and decided, you know what, let's just put it on hold. I'm going to go off and pray, maintain my focus, pray to my Lord, ask for forgiveness and repent. So I did, and that's what she done as well. But before that, before I just went off, she said, "Baby, I love you." And I said, "Okay, whatever, don't worry about it." And then I just focused on my prayer, doing my prayers, saying my prayers. And then after that, shortly after that, she called me over. She said, "Baby, come over here, please come over here." And I said, "No, no." And I was a bit stubborn at this time. I wasn't too wound up, but I was just a bit upset, slightly upset. And she called me over and said, "Baby, I'm sorry." And then I told her, "What are you sorry for?" And she acknowledged what she done. "Sorry for making you feel rejected. Come over here." So she gave me a hug and a kiss, and then I hugged her and embraced her. And all of a sudden, that was that. She asked me, "Baby, do you forgive me? I'm sorry. I know I've done wrong. I know I shouldn't have done that. I know that these are the sort of things that make you upset." I said, "Baby, do you know what? The fact that you've said sorry, you've taken accountability, and you acknowledged where and what you've done and went wrong. I hate using that word, went wrong. I forgive you." Because of the fact that she took accountability and responsibility, and that made it easy for me to forgive her. "Baby, don't worry about it. It's okay." And we made up, and it was such a beautiful day after that. That's all it is, because at the end of the day, it's all about 2 people working together and owning up and taking accountability. If one is wrong, say sorry and admit. Don't just say sorry, admit and acknowledge and say your mistakes where you went wrong. So say, for example, I said, "I'm sorry." Sorry sometimes doesn't quite cut it, but if you say, "I'm sorry, I raised my voice at you," that shows that you're not only sorry, that you acknowledge where you went wrong, and you're taking full responsibility and accountability. This is what makes saying sorry have more of an impact. Sorry alone doesn't always cut it in each and every single situation and scenario. From just that situation, I've learnt how to be more merciful, how to be more kind, how to forgive. And if I adopt these characteristics of mercy and forgiveness in so many different aspects of my relationships with people, I can have a more meaningful and richer relationship with people, whether it be my nearest, dearest loved ones, close family, friends, next door neighbour, or whoever it is. And that's what it's about at the end of the day. Are you kind enough to forgive? And if you are, then move on. Do it. Don't anticipate, because if you don't forgive, it can actually hold you back from moving on in life. If you forgive, forgiveness actually allows you to move forward. Having mercy, being kind actually allows you to move forward, because it removes all resentment and bitter treatment towards that person, that individual. So you must adopt these two characteristics in your relationships. There's a saying, I forgive but I won't forget. Yes, that's right, you will never forget. But at the end of the day, if you forgive, you will learn and grow and move forwards from that experience. If someone's done you wrong, you're not going to forget that. But just acknowledge, take the lesson from that situation, from that scenario, forgive them, move on. That's all it is. Forgiveness takes time, but it's up to you how much time do you want it to allow it to govern your life. Does that make sense? You can either be stubborn and prolong the forgiveness where that you're not quite ready to forgive that person. It might take a while, and it's each situation to their own. At the end of the day, it depends on the severity of what they've done to you. It depends on what they have done to you, what extent that they have done wrong towards you. This is what I'm trying to say. And if they're doing it, if they keep on doing the wrong towards you, then you have to adopt a different attitude. But I'm just saying, generally, forgive people, have mercy upon them. I'm just talking about general things right here, because sometimes we make small things into a big thing and we blow it up way out of proportion. This is what I'm trying to say. You don't have to do this. Learn to forgive. It's like forgiving a child when the child does wrong. Rather than screaming and shouting at them, forgive them. Brush it underneath the carpet. In this context, you can actually do that. And praise them with good words. It's better to encourage and empower that child. I've just given you an example. Sorry, I do tend to drift on right here, but I'm just trying to elaborate my point. 2 words. I'm going to conclude. Forgiveness, mercy. That is the lesson for today. That is something that I personally got out of my Ramadan from day 5. Yes, people. So, that is what I'm going to leave you with for today. Till then, take care, stay strong, stay focused, and always live to learn to empower and inspire the lives of many, as well as yourself. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.